What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm just going to show you a really quick rally that after I rebuilt my trip a little bit and I got some new additions and changes. Just thought I'd show you a rally and then I'd show you the account a little bit more in detail as to what I changed and, more importantly, kind of how you could do this yourself. So pretty much this guy, I don't know, he came by, scouted me. Basically, the routine that I do is I basically just go over, pop into Wonderland, and then I pop right back to where I was. Almost always within the next 10 to 20 minutes, someone will come by, scout my account, and attempt to rally it. Now, this guy, I don't know exactly what he had in mind, but he didn't have very many fillers to begin with. Guy's 800 mils, so I think he's probably just starting out as far as a rally lead is concerned, or at least he just wasn't really well prepared for this. Now, I've already got 200,000 reins that I've got from Krendor, and I'm expecting this to be a cav rally. But the moment I see that, I was like, oh, never mind. No, that's an inf rally. It's more than likely infantry that guy's sending. That's like, when the march is slow, that is how you know that, yeah, okay. Now, I've learned my lesson. I basically used to take things in cav, as you guys have seen before. I've kind of decided now that it's like, okay, if I'm going to eat, I don't have the heroes, nor the gear, nor the stats, nor a bunch of other things. And it's just like, okay, for now, it's just impractical. I'm just not going to bother. Because in order to change it, I have to go into my trap talents and swap those out. Then I got to go into my gear and swap that out. Then I got to go onto my wall and change that out. It's just so many different little things that, it's like to micromanage and make sure that, if I have to defend in cav, I can defend in cav. And it's just like, well, why should I do that when I can, and I know I can defend in inf, and I know I can defend in range. So I'll just, make it practical for the 2-1 combo. Inf on inf, range on range. Range on cav, or infantry on range. But no cavalry defenses from this point forward. At least not for some time. Now, once it gets to about the 10-second mark, I'm like, okay, I'll pop my 50 boost. Because I was expecting this rally to be Phil. I didn't even realize that it was as tiny as it was. I swapped my gear, quickly go check. I'm like, oh, there's some fighters. Okay. And boom, it walks back. And I'm like, I want to see the report. And then I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, I got to swap my gear. And I got to, oh, no. I'm like, oh, and I got to check my heal. And then I'm like, oh, wait, no. I probably got to turn that anti-scout off. So I'm a little panicky. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's just, but anyway, so pretty much got this kind of sorted out here. And once he popped the heal here, and then, yeah, so then it's like, okay, well, I only lost 50k. The guy lost 576k. Yeah, that was T4s there, so that wasn't really all that bad. I actually was pretty surprised the way that turned out. I thought, well, hell, the guy even switched, did he even swap gear? What did he do? What was he doing? What was he thinking? What was this guy up to? Yeah, and I just look around. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, okay. And I'm looking at their gear, and this is what they were looking like after the fact. So this is after the edit. I've already pulled out. This is like when it just started. But I mean, basically, this is what my gear looks like. So I'm sitting in what is basically, I was doing familiar or something long ago. So, but this is what my get dunked gear looks like. I basically just got not 1 but 4 jewels, all the legendary. And then I also threw in a Trojan jewel down there at the bottom right. You can see that I got some HP going for my infantry. Now, not the greatest thing in the world. My trap talents, this is how I set them up. I just basically buff the living hell out of infantry range, and then I don't even do anything for squad or cav. If I had more points, obviously I'd devote more of those if I could, but it's not really an option. So I don't really focus in on the little factors there. It's just kind of one of those things. Now, my wall setup, this is how I got it set up. Some people have mentioned Aquarius, and I think it was like the guy, the Red Fire Pyrus, I think. Now, the only reason I'm not using Pyrus and Aquarius is just because a 15% drop is not all that great to me. If I can get a 40% drop on Cav, that's going to be hella beautiful if I'm sitting in range wedge. And then a 60 bonus on inf and range to me makes a hell of a lot more sense even still. Okay, because 15%'s nothing. And the squad attack damage, I don't know enough to really say whether that's better or worse. But if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say a 60 boost is probably going to do me a lot more luck. At least when it's not just attack. It's like HP and attack. So it's like, why wouldn't you go with a combo like that? Now, sure, you could get four familiar heroes. Okay, sure, you can pop 4 of those. But that's more core might. So as you can see, my core might right now is only 380 for troop might, and then it's like 70 some for research and like 10 mil for building. So I'm like a little under 90 million core might, which is really, really handy because in this instance, as you can tell, it's like that makes it so that I can play anywhere between 400 mil and 500 mil. And it's evident that they're still playing game even when you're like 480. So now you might notice that my comp is just ever so slightly changed. I basically got range T5 here. But I would say ultimately the one thing that I will say that I don't know if anybody could like tweak it in any such way, but like I think if I can get Jade Worm maxed, that'll be nice. I'm working on my gear, my jewels obviously, and that's taking its toll, but I think it'll come along quite nicely once it's there, and it's like my troop comp is pretty solid now. I think I'm at a pretty happy place as far as T4 goes, and now it's just a matter of maintaining T2. Like if I get hit, okay, heal T2. Like I'm mildly confident with the comp that I've got. Now it's a little bit beefy. It's like I could probably cut that down once I start building up better gear and stuff like that once I got the stats, but I'm pretty happy with that composition right now. It seems to be working for me pretty well, and so ultimately you guys saw the rest of the video at this point, so thank you guys for dropping by, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the bell so you can get notifications for the next video I release. See you guys.